evening, everyone, and welcome to our third installment of the Art of Storytelling. My name is Ms. Cortney, and I would like to thank you very much for joining me this evening. I would also like to thank the Borough of Roaring Spring for making this program possible. Now, last week we discussed the elements of a story. Now, this week, what I would like to do is I would like to look a little bit more in depth on how we are going to create memorable characters. Because we want to create characters that our readers not only can relate to, but ones that they can remember. So the first thing we want to do when we're thinking in creating our character is we want to give our character a name. Names for your character should be fitting for them. Also, remember, memorable characters have memorable names. One of the best examples I can think of is the character of Batman. So Batman is a man who is also a bat, or rather dresses like a bat. His name wouldn't be as convincing if he wore his Batman costume, but his superhero name was Tiger Man, would it? I don't think. So that's what I mean by creating a memorable character with a memorable name. You want a name that will suit your character and that will also resonate and relate with your reader. Now, the second thing in creating a memorable character is giving them their own unique personality. So you want to give them distinct personality traits that really are going to make an impression on your reader. At first, I suggest keeping it simple and picking just a few. Now, some of the personality traits you can use are they could be brave, they could be loyal, they could be determined, they could be, what's another good one? Can anyone else think of a good personality trait? Maybe they're very happy. But what we want to do is we want to give them that distinct trait that is going to really make an impression. And also, too, when you're developing your personality traits for your character, you want to be sure that it's something that goes along with their role in your story as well. Next, we want to give them physical traits. Now, that helps your reader see your character. So you can determine, are they going to be tall? Are they going to be short? Maybe they have blonde hair or blue hair. Their hairstyle, it could be short, it could be long. Maybe they have a tattoo, or perhaps they have a scar. But whatever it is, you want to make sure that these physical traits that you're giving your character describe not only who they are, but what they look like so that your reader can visualize them. Next, we want to give our character problems. And what I mean by problems are obstacles throughout our story to overcome. Now, this does also directly relate to our plot, but we want to give our characters obstacles to overcome. We want to give them maybe some puzzles to solve or destinations to get to. Not only will this help move our story along, but it also will help develop our character and who they are for our readers. Next, we want to give them something to want or a goal to work towards. Not having a character have a goal or a want helps move the story along. Now, one of the best examples that I can think of giving a character something to want is Ronald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, could you imagine that story if Charlie didn't want a golden ticket? We wouldn't have had much of a story, right? So that was the goal he was trying to obtain, or that was his want, is he wanted the golden ticket to be able to be let inside the Wonka Chocolate Factory. Now, the last and most important thing is that we be consistent. And what I mean by that is once you've established the character's traits, you want to keep them up throughout the story because that helps make them a more believable character. If they start out as heroic and end up a coward, they might not be a very believable character. But on the other hand, you can give them some traits that can help develop that. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm beginning to write a story, and that's what we're going to work on for this week's writing exercise, is in your writing packets along with your notebooks that if you guys haven't stopped to pick up yet, they still are available. We've got our notebooks here. But we are going to work on these character profile worksheets to help develop our characters. And that's what they look like, see right there. And there are sections, as you can see, for our name, our physical appearance, deciding our character's role in our story, like what are they going to do? Where are they going to go? Who are they going to be friends with? Our character's problems, and our characters' maybe accomplishments, or you can cross that out and put personality traits as well. So what you want to do, again, is maybe ask yourself some questions about your character. As you're developing them, think, what do they like to eat? Do they know any famous people? Do they play sports? And all those things you can use to help develop a memorable and believable character that your readers will empathize with. And I thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.